Hi everybody, it's Lena here. Welcome back to my backyard flower garden. Yesterday I gave quite a lot of love to my pink roses in the garden. Today I'd like to give some love to my orange and yellow roses as well. Orange and yellow, these two colors I think really represent liveliness, vibrancy, happiness, and hope in the garden. I was not a big fan of yellow and orange roses before until last year when I got my first yellow and orange roses from David Austin, and they were Roald Dahl and Carding Mill, and they were so lovely. Every time I looked at them I got a jolt of energy and I just felt so happy. So this year I ordered more orange and yellow roses from them. This is the one that I'd like to talk about first. This is Golden Celebration. Golden Celebration is a wonderful rose with medium to large blooms. Blooms can be measured up, I think about 3.5 to 4.5 inches across. It's got lovely fragrance. I've been coming out here and smelling this rose like every day ever since it started blooming. I got this rose as a bare root in early March or mid-March if I remember correctly. Today is July 1st, so it's been sitting here for almost 4 months, roughly 4 months. Right now it is about 3 feet tall and it's put out a bunch of buds and a bunch of blooms. It is being planted right next to Lady of Shallot, which I also got at the same time as a bare root plant, and they really complement each other really well. Let's take a closer look. Alright, so in this area, like I said, I have Golden Celebration on the left, and next to it is Lady of Shallot, and next to Lady of Shallot is another yellow rose. This one has a French name, Molineux or Molineux. I'm not really quite sure how to pronounce it, but so I go yellow, apricot, and then another yellow, and I think they kind of complement each other quite well. I don't know, what do you think? So Golden Celebration, what I love about this rose is that it's very sturdy. The stems are very sturdy, so even though the flowers are huge, they're, like the stems are able to hold the flowers upright, so it looks like they're growing towards the sky. It's really, really beautiful, and it's got a very intense a hue of yellow, kind of buttery almost, especially towards the center, and then a little bit more white towards the outer rim. This is the bud that is about to bloom. Absolutely gorgeous. And right next to Lady of Shallot, so that is Lady of Shallot, which you could tell that it's more like apricot in color compared to Golden Celebration, but the form of their blooms are very similar. So they're both very large, and they have like a cup shape kind of blooms that will become more and more open as the flowers mature. Golden Celebration smells very lovely. Lady of Shallot also has a lovely fragrance. Really, really lovely. I've been coming out to this area almost every day just to smell these roses. Wonderful. Okay, Lady of Shallot, Golden Celebration, and then this one, Molineux. I was so mad at myself one day. So I was out here with my wheelbarrow, just doing some yard work, and I wheeled my wheelbarrow kind of towards this area, and then I broke off a huge branch of Molineux, and I was so mad at myself. It was the branch that was full of buds too. So this flower is also pretty intense yellow, just like a Golden Celebration, but when it opens up, it has a more like a free form blooms. I'll show you a picture here real quick. Alright, so after I broke off that branch, now Molineux looks smaller than her other two friends, but she's coming along. she has forgiven me and she's coming along well. So these are my three orange and yellow roses in this garden bed this bed is brand new. I just made it in February. I dug this whole area up by myself. I made this bed and I made that bed right there because I wanted to have some seating area in this section here. So this is a work in progress. It looks a little, it doesn't look as pretty now because I haven't had time to mulch or anything like that, but you know, the thing with gardening, right? It's a never-ending job. You always create work for yourself. Well, I can't speak for everybody. Speak for myself. So this is another yellow rose that I have. This one is Roald Dahl. But for some reason this year, I feel like I've gotten a lot more apricot hue in this rose, more so than last year. But this one here, maybe you could see this one better. It's got like a soft yellow bloom, not as intense as Golden Celebration or Molineux. It's lovely. This rose is very healthy and it's quite beautiful. It's got like a mounding, almost like a bushy form. I think it looks great in a container, even as a standalone container. It's got, the stems are pretty sturdy. This one has grown large for some reason. But let's take a look at the flowers. So it's almost done with its first flush. It started blooming since early June, I think. So right now it's on its last leg. I'm gonna come out here and I'm gonna deadhead some of these guys to encourage new growth, second flush. So that's Roald Dahl. Roald Dahl and Carding Mill, which is right here. These are the first roses that were orange and yellow that I got from David Austin, and they kind of sparked my interest in these two colors. Carding Mill is absolutely gorgeous. I fell so deep in love with this rose last year. So Carding Mill is pretty much done with its first flush right now. But as you can see, it's got a beautiful shade of apricot, like soft apricot. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Carding Mill compared to Roald Dahl is not as bushy. It's higher though in height. So it's kind of growing towards the sky. Whereas Roald Dahl kind of is like more bushy and more like a mound. Alright, so those are the 5 yellow and orange roses that I have in my garden. I wish I had more. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have more in the future. Now I'd like to take you to Point Defiance Park, to their rose garden in Tacoma, to take a look at some more beautiful orange and yellow roses. there are so many orange and yellow roses that I have on my wish list right now. I hope you guys enjoyed our little video today. Happy gardening. Bye.